drop down into your physical body where things are happening moment by moment. Downward facing dog. You take any movement you want in the down dog. Shake out the head, pedal out your feet, all of that good stuff. So you can really get down into your fingertips and your toes, the edges of your palms and your thumbs. And walk your feet up to your hands and hang in ragdoll. Pull the pit of your belly way in and up. Connect the four corners of both of your feet right down into the floor. So I know for me, it's usually that the weight's hanging out in the outside edges of my feet all day. Get in touch with the other side of your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice, something super specific and maybe not too focused on the block. And we'll send out those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push-up and pause. High push-up, hold the high push-up. We're just gonna pause here in the high push-up for a couple of breaths. So squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull your outer shins into center. Really fire up your legs, skin to muscle to bone. Good, now pull the pit of your belly in and up. That space right below your navel. Yes, Amy, in and up towards the front side of your spine. One more breath here. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Full exhale. Yeah, start moving the heat with your breath. In. Empty out. One more. Big exhale. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Look up between your fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull with your weights. High push-up and pause. Integrate. Pit of the belly in. Inner thighs in. Keep the shape of the plank. The only thing you're adding, tap your right toes out to the right. Left toes out to the left. Everything stays long and in the plank. One more time. Right foot out to the right. Good. Left foot out to the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Big exhale. Yeah. 2 more like that. In. Out. 1 more. Exhale completely. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. 1 breath all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Tap on the right, tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big exhale. Breathe in together. Open up your lungs. Push the air back out. Last one. Exhale completely. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. 1 more sun A. Rise up to standing. Reach all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High plank. Tap on the right. Tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Push the air out. Full breath. Full exhale. Last one. Empty to the pit of your belly. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Keep the breath going. It sounds awesome. Get way back in your hips. Light and lifted through your toes. Yes. 1 more breath here. Twist right on your exhale. Inhale, open your arms. Stay for the breath out. Good. Back to chair. Reach. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Keep the integrity. Tap on the right. Tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step through. Open palms or weights in your hands. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side warrior one. Step, press, stretch all the way up. Low push up. Hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. In. Empty out. Good. Breathe in. Push the air out. You're clearing new space. 1 more. Exhale completely. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. 1 breath this time. Reach. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Open on the breath in. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Tap on the right. Tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. 1 big breath all the way up to your fingertips. Yes. Chaturanga. Hands to the floor. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side warrior one. A long, slow breath all the way up to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Yeah, sigh if that's there for you. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more. Exhale everything. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair posted deep. Twist right. Open, breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Chair pose. Twist left. Inhale, open. Spread the fingertips. Stay for the exhale. Back up to chair. Fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High push up. Tap the right toes outside. Tap the left toes outside. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. A deeper lunge. Lots of space between your feet. Yes. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side warrior one. Deep lunge. Press and lift. High to low. Upward facing. Downward facing. Big breath in. Push the air out. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Push all the air out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Last sun B. Sit deep. Twist right. Open inhale. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair. Toes stay light. Twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Keep pulling into center line. Tap on the right. Tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. You got it. A nice deep lunge. Lift your chest all the way up to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side. Step through. Warrior one. Plug that front big toe mound in the mat. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breath in together. Clear it out. Full breath. Big exhale. Last one. Empty to the pit of your belly. Send your right leg straight up and back. Bend your knee and open your hip. Slow as you can, flip your dog. Oh, yeah, super slow. I like it. Once you've got your foundation, your feet, hands, fingertips, whatever's touching the floor, press down to open up the front side of your body. So even though you've got this big expansive space here, there's still that hugging into center line of the pit of the belly and your inner thighs. Flip back over, side plank. You can have a weight in that left hand up to the ceiling, but squeeze your inner thighs together. And then if you plan on lifting the leg, yeah, but that same action of muscles squeezing into center line. Now, most of you can lift the front of your pelvis up to your belly button. Yes, Jenna, there it is. One more breath. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open your hip. Slowly, mindfully flip your dog. Yes, that attention to detail where the transition is as important as the pose you're going to land in. Then you open up, wide collarbones, wide front of your body, and the space works in tandem with the squeezing into center line. Beautiful. Flip back over side plank, right hand up to the ceiling. You got it. Add more breath. Skin to muscle to bone on your legs. Keep hugging it in. Let the muscles be on fire, working together. High to low push-up you go. Big breath in up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side crescent lunge. Step through. So you've got a couple of breaths to get the feet set up in your crescent, but have the breath going the whole time. Steady and rhythmic. Everyone, bend your back knee more than you normally do to square your left hip forward and squeeze your inner thighs together that way. Yeah, if you can keep the hips square and straighten your back leg a little bit more, just keep working with that. As soon as you feel that hip start to pull back, that's your limit. Stop right there. Heart up to the ceiling. Hands to heart twist right. Keep all of that space, the powerful legs, the skin to muscle to bone, then open your arms. So if things start to feel a little wobbly in foundation, just come back to your feet and your toes, reconnect them to the mat, squeeze your inner thighs together. One more breath here. Stay for the whole exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Warrior two, face the other way. Deep warrior two legs. Front knee stacked right on top of your ankle. Some of you can come deeper. You're in the warrior two where you're like, cool, we'll hang out. Be in warrior two where you don't want to hang out. Extended side angle. Front elbow to thigh or fingertips by your front arch. And then here, at least for me, that integration of the pit of the belly usually disappears in extended side angle. So lift the front of your pelvis to your belly button. Yeah, good adjustments. That space right below your navel in towards your spine. Now take your bind. Half bind with the top arm around your back, maybe the full bind with the bottom one under your thigh. Keep working the center of your body. Pit of the belly in, front of the pelvis up. One more breath. High to low push-up. Woo! Hello, hips. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in together. Clearing breath out. Left side crescent lunge. Step through. Start from the ground and work your way up like you're trying to close a pair of scissors, like your legs are the parts of the scissors and you're squeezing and hugging them into center. Then bend your back knee a lot so you can square the hips. Find that sweet spot where you've got the back leg powerful and the hips are still square to the front of the mat. Nice work. Hands to heart twist left. Keep that integrity. Hips stay square. Open your arms. Then you've got a lot of attention on the squeezing the center line and a little less breath. So let's dial the breath back up. Fingertips awake, spread apart. Beautiful. One more breath here. Stay in twist. Warrior two, unwind. Up and over. I'm sweating, so I know everybody else is sweating. We're in a good space here. Come down deep in your lunge. Settle where there was work happening, where you've really got to squeeze your inner thighs together so that you don't go too low in the lunge. Extended side angle. Big, powerful breath. Work the front of the pelvis up, pit of the belly in, then go for your bind. It really changes how much space you've got to work with on the back side of your body. So if you're used to sticking your butt out behind you, maybe there's less space now, but the integrity of the pose is there. One more big breath. High to low push-up. Beautiful binds. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. This feels like a good place for a sigh. Deep breath in together. Breath in. Last one. Push all the air out. Move forward. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Way back into the hips. Stick your tailbone out towards the back edge of your mat, then lift and spread your toes. Yes, up and away from the floor. We'll go from chair pose to iron footstool. Sink down, rise onto the ball mounds of your feet, and reach your arms straight ahead. Thighs parallel with the ground if you can get them there. Beautiful. Drop the heels, hands to heart, twist right. Stay low in your legs. Open your arms or keep your palms together. Your choice. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. First 2 fingers around your big toes. Steady breath. If it got away from you, no big deal. You just reset here. Elbows out to the side. You can bend your knees a little more to help coax your tailbone up to the ceiling. Take that steady breath with you to crow pose number 1 from the head of your mat. You'll get an opportunity for a second crow. So if you want to play around with side crow here, you're more than welcome to. Drishti right out in front. Pick one spot. Stay focused. Nice, Kelly. Fingertips grip the mat. Yes, Christina, just like that, like a cat pawing a pillow. Dig the fingertips in. One more breath. Step or jump back. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Big exhale out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Way down into it. Settle all that weight back in your hips and your heels so your knees are almost stacked on top of your ankles. Yeah, that far back. Chair to iron footstool. Shift forward. Heels high, hips low. Yes, let a little bit of the shaking happen. Stay committed to that. Heels down, hands to heart, twist left. I know, let that heat. Use the heat, use your breath to move that heat from your legs all the way up and out. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose, fold. Gorilla, step on your palms. Toes all the way up to your wrists. It's really your opportunity to stretch your legs back out. There's a lot of focus. We're focusing on squeezing everything into center line. Now you stretch them back out. So a softness in your knees, and then stretch from the very top of your hamstrings, right below your sit bones, the bony points in your butt. Point that up toward the ceiling. Awesome breath, everybody. Crow pose number 2. If you want to take this one upside down, that's there for you. Take the breath with you into the crow on purpose and intentional. And if you find that, okay, I took it for a couple breaths and then your feet come back down, great. Just come right back to the pose. You're playing around and exploring the space a little bit. Nice. Beautiful headstands. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Nice, Philomena. One more breath together. Step or jump back. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Clear it out. 2 more. In. Exhale. 1 more. Empty it out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. Eyes right on one spot. Bend your standing knee a little more than you normally do and see if that gives you extra room to squeeze and wrap your limbs together. Add more breath. Let that be a constant all the way to the very end of your practice. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Send that right foot straight back. Arms stay bound. Airplane with the legs. Press that foot so far back your lifted leg straightens out. Full airplane. Reach your arms back. Then gather everything in. It gets wobbly when there's no core integration. Pit of the belly in, front of your pelvis up to the belly button. Keep those two things intact. Half moon, open up. Nice control. Hand on the block or the floor for your half moon. Pit of the belly in, front of the pelvis up to your belly button. You can stay here in half moon or take sugar cane. Bend your top knee and grab a hold of your top ankle. You've got time. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Yeah, that was a long one. Settle your feet into the floor. Rise up to standing. Eagle pose left side. Left arm under, left leg over. Then you start right back here. Brand new pose on this leg. Squat a little deeper to wrap your legs more around each other. Steady breath. Arms stay as they are. Airplane with your legs. Press, press, press through the lifted foot. Leave a whole footprint on the wall behind you. Full airplane. Reach your arms back. Stretch your heart away from your lifted heel. Make that line super long. Good. Half moon. Open up. Settle back into the core of your body. That's where the balance will come from. That and your smooth breath. Pit of the belly in and up. Stay with half moon or take sugar cane. Yeah, and the transition to sugar cane can be slow as well. You mindfully bend the knee, grab the ankle, and then expand back out. Both feet to the floor. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. Soft crease of the elbow faces out for your standing bow. Take your pose. And it might be the first couple of breaths. You're just standing with your hand on the inside of your ankle. You get your gaze set and then start to tip forward. Bend the standing knee a little more. A little bit of wiggle room there. And then everyone square your right hip down towards the, yes, Abby, huge difference. Square the hips. Yes, Kelly. Good. One more breath here. Switch sides. Left side, standing bow or dancers with an attention on your left hip. Square it down to the floor. Add the breath. So you might find that you can't tip as far forward when the hips are squared. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Put your attention on your hips instead today. Yes. Nice, Jacob. Yeah, looking down at the hip and then you lose it. Good. Yes. Keep working with it. One more breath. Switch sides. Right side, second set. A second opportunity. So if you want to switch the pose from standing bow to dancers or vice versa, do that. Go for it. The tension on the hips. Yes, Christina. Yes, Jenna. Hips down. Yes, Philomena. There's that little bit, like half of an inch can make all the difference. One more breath. Switch. Last one. Left side. Take your pose. Square hips. And the more you press back with that lifted shin, the longer you can stretch out the front of that lifted quad. From your hip crease all the way to your knee. One more inhale. Feet to the mat. Oof. Tree pose, right side. Any variation of tree pose you want to take tonight. A lot of you have been working on the hip opener portion or changing it up with different balance positions. Great. Pick what you want. Take your pose. Yeah, the hip opener might feel nice right now. I've been focusing on a lot of hugging in and square hips. Soften your standing knee, L. Yes. Last breath. Fill all the way. Switch sides. Left side tree. You can take the same arm variation or a different one, but if you took the hip opener, take that on the other side as well to stay balanced. Steady breath. Let the tree pose be the come back to your breath pose. Little softness in the standing knee, yeah, to help squeeze. Let your muscles do the work around the joint. Big breath. Both feet to the mat. Come up to the head of your mat if you're not there already. Extended mountain. Reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank and pause. Pause in your high planks. Things are warmed up. Things are ready to go. Nice and juicy. Pull everything in. Pit of the belly in. Front of the pelvis up. Now press your heels straight back behind you, right from where they are. Stretch your heels back. Reach the crown of your head forward. Yes. One more breath here. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step your right foot between your hands. Now you can have the block on the outside of your shin or hand down on your right shin. Either one is good. Left hand up to the sky. So here's another one of those places like extended side angle where I completely forget about the center of my body and focus only on my hands and my feet. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Lift the front of your pelvis up to your spine. Those two pieces again and again. With those two pieces intact, you might add on the back bend. Yeah, Christina's already ahead of us. You open up your chest and take the block a little further back. The stabilizing part is the core being integrated. Press into your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. You've got two options tonight on this side. Ninja lunges side to side or wide leg handstand hops. So either one. Lots of different variations on the ninja lunges. So you can stay higher up or lower to the ground. That's up to you. If you're taking those wide leg handstand hops, that idea of squeezing into center, like as soon as your feet leave the ground, the inner thigh muscles pull into center. Yes, Ratana. Yep, just keep working at it. Gaze right in front of your fingertips. You've got another breath or two to get complete with where you're working. And then you'll all meet up in center. Turn your feet to face the front edge of the mat. Splits pose. So you've got your block that you can put underneath your thigh, or if you don't need a block, right, you can use that as a handhold if you want. Work those square hips, that same idea, the pair of scissors closing together. Your left hip forward, the right hip back. Half split is a perfect place to be with your right knee bent straight into the floor and the other leg out in front to create the stretch. Square those hips. Right thigh bone, pull it straight back. Left hip straight forward. Good. From where you're working right here, add more breath. Nice. Steady, rhythmic breath. The less panic you have around being in the split, the easier it is to kind of, okay, now I can actually assess where my body is in space. Twisting splits, turn and look towards the right. So there's a lot of different places you can put your hands here. It could be a hand on the thigh and an arm behind your back. It could be one arm up to the ceiling. Like find the one that feels most stable for you and stick with that. Pit of the belly, in and up. Good. One more breath here. High to low push-up. Suck that leg back, swing it around, however you need to get there. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. One breath in. Fully reset. Left side triangle. Step through. Set your gaze. Start from the center of the pose, just like a star. Start from the center and radiate out to your hands and your feet. Out through the crown of your head. Add more breath. There's the piece that comes in where you have to think about the thing you're doing, and then the part where you forget about the thinking and just let your body do the thinking for you. If you want to add the back bend piece in, great. Keep that integration of pit of the belly in, your inner thighs squeezing together. Press into your feet, rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold, take a bind this time. So interlace your hands at your low back, or you can take a towel or strap between your hands. Hinge forward. We've been playing around a little bit with using the breath to movement here. So you inhale and bring your hands forward, exhale them back towards your hips. So maybe you add that piece on tonight. Just bringing the breath back to the forefront of the practice, since this is a section where the breath gets a little quiet a lot of the time. I've been breathing a lot and focusing on that for a long time now. It's like, okay, forget that. I just want to do the pose. Stop talking to me about the breath. Keep that piece intact. Release your hands down, rise all the way up. Splits facing the front edge of your mat. You've got a half splits with the knee down in the back, or some variation in between the half split and the full split. It's more of a sliding scale with the splits than it is a switch, so you can find any place that feels like the right spot for you in between. Oh, yes. The magic place in splits when you're like, I'm not sure if I could get out of this, but I feel like it's deeper than last time I was in splits. Square the hips. Yeah, pit of the belly in and up. I'll keep lifting. Yes, there you go. Twist left. It could be a hand on the ground and a left hand in the air. I like to have an arm around my back so I can pull the pit of my belly and press my low back into my arm to remind myself to stay integrated there. One more breath here. High to low push-up. Good work. Upward facing dog when you get there. Open up your chest. Downward facing dog, press back. Now's a good place for another side. Deep breath in together. Yeah, breathe in. One more, fill up. Put your block at the back edge of your mat and come into a high plank. So you'll start with your feet a little bit wide here. In your plank, your feet between your ankles. Probably your feet almost mat width distance apart here. Then start to reintegrate. Pit of your belly in and up. Front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Get that HiiT moving. My butt's, oh, thanks, Philomena. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm good. We're good. Okay, I want you to step your left hand over the block to meet the right foot. And then over to the left. Right foot over the block. Onto the left side. Side to side. And if you find like, whoa, I picked too high of a block setting, you can adjust that and make it on a lower setting. Side to side. See if you can maintain the plank in your upper body and just have the hips down doing the moving side to side. Nice. And now the icing on top, your breath. Make that happen. You've got one more time on one side and one more time on the other side. Lower all the way to the floor. Oh, definitely locust pose with your hands bound behind your back. Hands bound at your low back for your locust pose. Rise up. Let your hands pull and stretch your shoulders onto the back side of your body and open up that space. Big inhale. Lower down. Rock your hips out left and right. That was a good idea, Kelly. I'm going to steal that. So for locust number 2, you can bind your hands and put a block between your ankles. Yes, the block on the long way between your ankles. Beautiful. Rise up. Rise up. Once you've got that block there, squeeze in. That'll really pull your outer shins in and your inner thighs in. Squeeze into center. Big inhale. Lower down. Oof, side to side. Now you can keep that block there or say, no, thank you. I am good on the block. Floor bow number 1. We're taking 2, so you can take one leg at a time if you want. Floor bow number 1. Grab your ankles. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Rise up. So if you've got the block there, press into the sides of your block to send your knees straight back. Straight back. Beautiful. One more breath. Lower down. Oh, side to side. You've done all this work to create that integration, so you're keeping that all the way through your back bend. Second floor bow, go for it. Block or no block, rise on up. Inner thighs together. So you might find that if you're trying to squeeze that block there, you're like, whoa, this is a lot harder to hold than I thought. That's your sign. You need to squeeze in more with the inner line of your legs instead of the outer. Last breath, lower down, side to side. Good stuff. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Pause in the up dog for a breath or two. Really stretch out the front of your body. Shoulders straight back. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Step or jump through to sit. Come onto your back for bridge pose. Yes. Finally, back's on the floor. Press your feet into the mat. Rise up. Bridge pose. You've got two options with your arms here. You can take cactus arms and press your arms down that way, or bind your hands at your low back and walk your shoulders under that way. Let's come back into the breath. Big and powerful. Big inhales with the pause. Big exhales with the pause. On purpose and intentional. One more breath here. Lower down. Knee side to side. One more bridge. Press your feet into your mat. Rise up. Rise up. Keep that integration. The front of your pelvis up to your belly button. A little trickier here in the bridge pose, so it'll be your tailbone going the same direction as your knees. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Right foot up to the sky. You can stay with a long straight leg or pulse your hips up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Left leg straight up. Stay or pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Knees side to side. You are very ready for wheel pose right now, and it's going to be awesome. Wheel number 1. Tuck your fingertips under your shoulders. Rise up. Up and away from the mat. Yes, that integration, the hugging of the center line to create a big open arc in your body. Tuck your chin and come down. Full breath. Big exhale. Number 2, press, lift, go. Feet right on 12 o'clock. Each fingertip straight down into the floor. Come on down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 3, press, lift, go. If it's bridge or wheel, you pick the pose, you stay committed, rise up, come on down. Breathe in together. Full exhale. Number 4, press and rise up. If you're staying in the wheel, keep connecting right back into center. Long, narrow lines. Lower down. Breathe in. Big breath out. You've got 2 more. Number 5, rise up. Rise up. Eyes set on one spot and the breath to fuel the whole pose. Lower. Breath in. Big exhale. Last one, yogis. Last back bend. Last bridge. Last wheel. Last big open space in your chest. Make your way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Oh. Everybody take a breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Wow, okay, yes, that was needed. So good. If you need another one of those, be my guest. Sometimes that feels really great after back bends. Happy baby or dead bug? And if you move side to side or stay still, either one, get as much of the backside of your body on the floor as possible. So probably not the back of your neck because there's a natural curve there, but the rest of your spine down on the floor. Legs stay up in the air. Set up for scissor legs. You can have your palms flat by your hips or your hands behind your head. Lower your right leg halfway to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch. Breath in. Exhale, switch. Keep going with the pace of your breath. Side to side, really on purpose about the breath matching your movement here, because that's what's going to engage your low belly and protect your low back. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Belly down to the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lower both legs 30 degrees. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Flutter kick your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Reset. Belly down to the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower 30. Breath in. Exhale, lower 60. Breath in. Exhale, lower to hover. Scissor legs. One foot over the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Belly down to the mat. You've got one more set of these. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Pendulum. Swing the legs left and right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Knees into your chest. Oof. Find your friend the block. Bring it with you into boat pose. Rock forward and back, forward and back. So you've got the option. You want your block right at heart center. Press your palms into the block so your chest stays broad. You can have your feet touching the floor for more stability or feet off of the floor. Row the boat side to side. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Keep pressing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Oof. I know, it's like that sometimes. Right side half pigeon from here. Right knee to right wrist. If you like taking this pose on your back, of course, that's always an option. Now you can use the block as a pillow for your forehead if you want. More friendly that way than it has been in the past. But while you're here in your half pigeon, start to let things settle. Not like you're letting your stomach, your chest, everything just hang down towards the floor, but there's a sense of being settled in the hip openers that comes after doing all of the work that you've just done. It's a little bit easier to get settled on the mat here, to be in stillness and commit to that stillness. Then check in with the pit of your belly. Whether you're facing the floor or facing the ceiling, pull the pit of your belly in towards your spine. In and up. And since that pit of your belly is so low, that space below your navel, right between your two hip points, you can keep that pulled in and still have plenty of room for your diaphragm to open up your lungs and make them nice and full. Steady rhythmic breath. Last few breaths of half pigeon. You can stay here or take king pigeon. Bend your back knee and grab a hold of your back ankle with either one of your hands. Now might be a really good day if you don't normally take king pigeon because you've been working so much on the lifting in and up and the square hips. Yeah, and then it's a different pose when the hips are square here. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left side half pigeon. Get settled. Create stillness. Stillness that wasn't possible even just 10, 20 minutes ago. Stillness that you probably wouldn't have had access to had you not chosen to show up on your mat tonight. Come onto your mat, you do the work, see what there is to see, and then get something out of it at the end. And it could be something monumental, or it might be something simple, like I just got to focus on my body instead of what my brain is doing for 60 minutes. Yeah. A spectacular feat for many people. If you can't hear your neighbor breathing, breathe a little louder. Coax them back to their breath. Stay where you are, or king pigeon. Square hips to the front edge of your mat. Sometimes squaring the hips takes coming up and away from the floor a little bit out of the half pigeon. Downward facing dog. Make your way through to sit. Come into staff pose. Long straight legs out in front. Seated single leg extension. Keep the right leg straight out in front. Bring your left heel in towards your right thigh. Leg straight out in front. Fold straight over your leg. So you can put a block in front of your foot or a strap around the end of your foot if that feels like a good fit for you tonight. Take deep breaths into the backside of your body now to stretch out that tissue between the backside of your ribs, the back of your spine, each one of those little spaces. Take one more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Just melt forward. Switch legs. Left leg out, right heel in. Fold forward. Steady breath. Those long straight lines that you've been stretching out all practice. So a lot of times it's a lot easier to pay attention to the foot on the extended leg and you completely forget about the foot that's tucked in. Press the sole of the foot that's tucked in into the side of your inner thigh. So you've got 2 feet in this pose. Last breath in. Stay and breathe out. Seated forward fold, both legs straight out. Reach your arms straight up to the sky to stretch out the sides of your body and then fold forward. You can bend your knees a little or a lot, or tuck a block onto in front of your feet or under your knees. Let your head hang down towards your legs. Yeah, to stretch out the back of your neck. Take one more breath here and stay for the exhale. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms behind your hips. Fingertips face the front edge of your mat. Rise on up. So you can drop your head back if that feels okay for your neck. Rise up. Here's the time to squeeze into center. Your thighs, even the inner edges of your feet, pull them in, press them down. One more breath. Lower down. Fish pose. You can stick that block between your shoulder blades or tuck your hands underneath your glutes. Might feel nice to do Supta Baddha Konasana legs here in your fish pose since you've been focusing so much on squeezing into center. And if that doesn't feel like a good fit, go back to straight legs. No big deal. Steady breath. One more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Get it all the way out. Untuck your hands, come off your block, and come down onto your back. That's your last opportunity to take an inversion of your choice. So anything you would like to take, it's on the table. Could be waterfall, could be a basket headstand, a shoulder stand. You've got these sharpened tools of integration, of getting upside down and hugging everything in, letting the muscles work together with your bones. Nice control, everybody. Keep squeezing into center. Inner thighs in, outer shins in. Draw them in. Add more breath. Even while you're upside down, add more breath. Nice, Christina. Flex your ankles and spread your toes. There you go. Headstands and handstands. You've got a couple more breaths and then child's pose to reset. No rush. Shoulder stands, waterfalls, take plow. Let plow land in your body. Long legs. Plow to deaf yogi. Bend your knees, hug them on either side of your head. You can keep your hands on your hips so you can reach them back for your feet. Sometimes that takes a little bit of wiggling around with your shoulders to get that situated. Slowly lower your spine back to the mat, piece by piece, bone by bone. Hug your knees into your chest when you get there. Give them a squeeze. Supine twist, right. Drop your knees one way, twist and look the other. Let the side of your body stretch out. Let your shoulder blades sink down into the earth. Supine twist left. Or whichever way is the opposite of the way you just did it. Heavy shoulder blades, let them melt down to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet back to touch one more time. You've got your cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat if you haven't put that on your face or your neck already. Shavasana. Let your legs go out nice and long, arms out nice and long. And take a long breath in through your nose. Fill yourself up, up, up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. Plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much for coming into the studio, for signing in virtually, Ratana, to make this practice sweaty and make it happen. Namaste. Good work, everybody. All righty. If you borrowed a block, just leave it up by these cubbies up here, and I will make sure that it gets taken care of. Have an awesome rest of your night, and hopefully I will see you on Thursday.